Hello and welcome. This is my wall of manga, and today I want to show off my 1,111 volume manga collection. I have quite a bit of manga now, and I love watching manga collection videos on YouTube. And I think I have something to show off now, and really looking forward to it. So I'm going to start off on the left side, which is the shelf where I have a lot of miscellaneous manga. And I still have some empty space here. Usually I have some other things on display here, but I cleared it out. And on top I have my anime figures, the only ones I have, and a little dead Hinata there. Uh, the base kind of broke on him, so he's just kind of lying flat down. But I usually stick to like shonen protagonists. I think if I have a bunch of like women and stuff, I mean, I don't know if people have made assumptions about me. And these are also my favorite protagonists, and some of them, like Dean from Dean Tama, I don't really have much manga for him. Don't have any manga for him, so I'm glad I have a figure of him up here. And then, usually my manga is kind of sorted by publisher or serialization, but here I have some that don't really fit in at all, and that is Eminence and Shadow, or Yen Press, or these are like my only Yen Press manga, so I guess this is like the Yen Press section for these standard sizes. They're also sorted by size, so I have all of my 5 by 7.5 inch manga together, because these are really fit really well with the media shelves. I haven't talked about the shelves much, but these are all media shelves, and they are made for DVDs and Blu-rays, and that's great for manga because the DVDs and Blu-rays are 5 inches wide. Most manga, the standard size, are 5 inches wide, so it works out really well. But yeah, Eminence and Shadow 1 to 3, one of probably my favorite isekai series. It has an OP protagonist who's kind of oblivious to his power, and I think that is just really funny. And well, he's not oblivious to his power, but he's oblivious to. You just need to read it, kind of figure out what I'm talking about. It's a really funny series. Then I have Yotsuba and exclamation point. This is a series that I just kind of picked up because it was cheap from where I found it. This is a story about a dad raising his little cute daughter, and it is very funny. Then we have Battle Angel Alita, volumes 1 to 6, and these are the 1.5 volume editions, and these are paperbacks. I actually bought and read the deluxe editions. I haven't read these at all, but I figured I'd just replace them with these because they fit in much better with the rest of my collection. But the deluxe editions are very nice. These are just fit much better in any collection, and they're not that expensive. Like these are just $13 or so, a lot cheaper than the $30 deluxe editions. But that's still a pretty good deal because like Berserk deluxe editions cost $50, so those are pretty nice for the price. And here I have the Last Order Omnibuses, which is the sequel to Battle Angel Alita. Still in the middle of reading this. Great series. Just need to kind of wrap it up, and hopefully the story's still ongoing, and it's third sequel, Mars edition. Like it's something on Mars, forget the title, but once I finish these and get the last omnibus, it's the fifth one, I'll pick that one up. Moving down the row, I have my weekly Shonen Sunday series, again kind of organized by serialization and publisher. But these are by Tokyo Pop, my only Tokyo Pop manga. And I got Wave Master because I loved Eden Zero so much. This is a great, the newest series by Hiro Mashima, the fairy tale author. So then this was so good, I got Wave Master. Just missing the last 2 books. Hopefully I will get my hand on those, and then this will be complete. And still been reading Eden Zero as it's came out. Great series. Can't wait to just keep reading it. It's good. Then I have A Silent Voice, the box set that I got for a good price after I watched the movie. Great movie. Like, hopefully these are honestly even better. They could be even better. That'd be awesome. Then it'd be like one of the best manga ever. And so here I have Dead Man Wonderland. Still waiting on the rest of this one. And then I have my weekly Shonen Sunday series. You kind of have like the big 3 Shonen weekly publications. So then Shonen Sunday, weekly Shonen Magazine, and we're getting to the third one, which you've probably heard of, and that is we have Call of the Night. Anime is coming out right now, and it is doing this pretty good, and been reading each of these Call of Night volumes as they've come out, and I love the kind of mysterious nighttime vibes it gives off. It's a good series. Then I have Freeman's Journey, still waiting to pick this up and get going on that. And then I have Orient 1 to 5 by the same author as Magi, which is one of my personal favorite series. It is at 37 volumes long, and this has some of the best spines and covers ever. Also, this arc here is one of my favorite arcs ever, the Armored Tyrann arc. Just a very epic battle adventure shonen manga, and I think everyone should really pick this up and read it. It's good. Okay, down here I have Dendeki Daisy 1 to 16, and have not tried this one yet. It seems like a good mystery series. Then I have Kichi Sleeper and Queen's Quality. This is a shoujo series that has some good action to it. Actually, didn't mention, we're getting into my shoujo manga now. Although Noragami, not quite a shoujo manga. Still kind of feels like it sometimes with some of the romance and stuff. And Hiyori is one of the main characters. Yato is also a main character, one of my favorite main characters of any manga, really, just because he's hilarious. And so he's kind of like Gene from Gintama. He gets serious and comedic at times, kind of flips between the two. Yeah, it's going at 24 volumes now. I mean, if you've watched the anime stops about right here. So if you're not on the Noragami manga yet, you got a lot to catch up on. Now moving down, I have Jonah of the Dawn. Kind of like Magi, it is another very epic adventure throughout the entire world. At first starts off with Jonah, something happens to her, just read the first chapter to find out, and then she has to collect the 4 dragon warriors, which are all handsome guys, and then just kind of different arcs develop and things happen. It's a pretty interesting series, has great plot to it. And then I have Basara, which is kind of similar to Jonah of the Dawn, and it's a shoujo, like a battle adventure series a little bit. Still need to read the rest of it. I've only read up to volume 5, and there is a huge gap in the volumes 17 to 24, because this series is out of print and impossible to get. I only really got these because I found these, or most of these, for cheap in half-price books one time. So that's the way I did a lot of my manga, is just finding them for cheap in half-price books. So I was lucky to find some of these, but I'm definitely not going to find the rest of them in half-price books, or then I'd be the luckiest man in the world. And then I have probably my favorite shoujo manga, Skip Beat, volumes 1 all the way to 46. It is insanely long. Oh my god. The slowest romance that could ever happen, but I loved every little bit of it. And it is a story about Kyoko as he tries to enter the showbiz industry to get back at this guy Sho, who is a bit of an ass. And then it's not Sho who the main romance is. Don't get worried when you read the first chapter and think they're going to get back together or something. It's with Wen. But yeah, and then they have Voice Over Academy, which is, it seemed like it had a similar plot to Skip Beat, but just picked this up again at half-price books. Still need to read this one. And then down at the bottom shelf, we're down at the floor now. I have some of they jump up in size a bit. So, these shelves aren't really built for these larger size volumes, but I do kind of make my way around them by having them on the ground. And so it doesn't look kind of weird them sticking out too much. I have a light novel series, Spider So What, 1 to 14. Very, very good isekai series. I think you just need to kind of read it. Like, I thought I'd kind of be put off by how the first 5 volumes start with her, the main character, as a spider. It is somewhat a spider, but obviously, like, she develops powers and becomes a human, like, as you can see throughout just look at the icons, and it spoils it immediately, so it's not even a spoiler. But yeah, it starts out really good in the spider region, like, I'm not joking. And then Witch Hat at Chilly Air, 1 to 9, a series with great art, and the story's still kind of growing on me. I love the world building it does, but sometimes, like, they're just sitting around making potions. I'm like, God, something happened. That's where I am at with that series. Then I have Blue Period, volumes 1 to 7, story about kind of a punk who is like, hey man, I want to be an artist. I don't know how he decided to do that all of a sudden, but that's kind of what it is, and it's really inspiring because I'm basically a punk who hates art, or at least trying to do art, because I can't even draw a circle or like a face or anything. But this one kind of makes me want to do that just a little bit. And then I have Land of the Lustrous, volumes 1 to 11. Very epic series that just gets crazy, and you just need to read it. I mean, the anime is a good start, but then the rest of it just gets even crazier after the anime. And then I have Silver Spoon, volumes 1 to 15. This is by the same author as Fullmetal Alchemist, which might be surprising because it's a slice of life series about life in agricultural school. But it's about this kind of city kid, Hachiken, who goes to agricultural school and really changes his perspective on things. And I think it's a really inspiring series that would also change your perspective on things as a reader. So definitely recommend it. And it's honestly like a very good 15 volume series. Like it ends at 15 here. It's complete. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. Really like it. It's almost as good as Fullmetal Alchemist, honestly. So I'll do one more pan over this shelf, and then we'll move on to the next shelf. And this shelf is all Shonen Jump manga, starting off with the One Piece here, and even a bit of the next shelf is Shonen Jump manga. I'm not the biggest manga is an art form type of guy. I just like the entertainment value of manga, and I think the entertainment value of manga really falls in line with the Jump series, because there's just great ideas that come out of the way that Jump kind of makes manga. But first up, we have One Piece. Of course, who doesn't love One Piece? I mean, especially if you read 100 volumes of it, you better love it at that point. So going throughout the entire thing here, this thing took me ages to assemble. There's not a single box set in this collection. Some of these I have just pieced together through half-price books and setting in drawers and stuff. So I also wanted the logos to match up, so I have all the old Shonen Jump logos because they look much better. And yeah, this goes it goes all the way onto my next shelf. This is the top of the other shelf, and up on the shelf that I'll go over. And also got the gold foil editions, which was another big effort to get all of these, especially the last 23 here. I just kind of bought and returned 10 copies of One Piece Volume 23 before a gold foil volume showed up. So I'm really happy to have these. So yeah, that's One Piece. Then going down to Kakisama, my favorite romance series. I've read each of these as they came out since volume 7 or so after the anime came out. And yeah, very good, very funny. And then we have Spy Family. Maybe one of my favorite ongoing series right now. I think it's just so high quality, and it makes you kind of think I have a family, so this is a story about family, and it's kind of relatable in that way. Even if they aren't really tied by blood, it's really good. Then I have Twin Star Exorcist, which is a very kind of underrated series. Seems like just another Exorcist manga, and it kind of is. It's about Rokuo and Benio, and they are destined to be married and have the savior child. It's kind of how it starts off. Yeah, it just takes that initial premise, and it does well with it, and even into the ongoing chapters right now, which are getting really crazy. So it's kind of wrapping up right now. If you want to get on the Twin Star Exorcist hype train, it's about to finish its journey, so recommend picking this up. Okay, down here we have One Punch Man, and holy crap, One Punch Man, how can this manga look so good? Especially having these physical editions. I'll just take a random volume out, open it, and just look at the art. It's that amazing. And then I have My Hero Academia. Got the Hero manga on one row here, looking nice. My Hero Academia is honestly one of my favorite series ever. It's been a huge part of my anime and manga fandom. So, I know some people like to hate on it now. I just think it's very well done, and it has great art, and especially the fights in this. I think My Hero Academia has my favorite fights of any shonen series for sure. All right, down here, fitting snugly in this shelf is all of Bakuman, one of my personal favorite manga. It is a manga about making manga, and I love manga, so I love Bakuman, and it's kind of interesting to see the behind the scenes of manga, and it's really good at how it kind of makes the manga making scene into a battle manga. It's really good, and it's also the romance side of it is also amazing. So I think it's so good. I mean, it's 10 out of 10 for me. Then I have Chainsaw Man. Of course, Chainsaw Man's mega popular. Of course, I love it too. Then Kaiju number 8, very good series. Honestly, I've only probably read these first 2 volumes, not really following as it comes out, but I mean, it's kind of just because I'm reading too many things, not because Kaiju number 8's not good or anything. Then I have maybe my personal favorite. Like, I don't think it's necessarily the best manga ever, but it is. I'd say it is very, very good. But I just love the science and rebuilding civilization aspects to it, and the characters are really great. Every time they're so cool. They make new characters by just reviving them, and it's awesome series. I think it's pretty popular. I don't need to talk about what it's about. But yeah, I mean, Senju is probably one of my favorite characters. That's why I have a figure of him up there. Hello, Senju. Now going down, I have Siren 1 to 16, Shonen Jump series I have no experience with, but sometimes you see some Shonen Jump series coming up that I just have no experience with, so I just knew I needed to buy the physicals to experience it the right way, the proper way. So that's Siren. And also another one is actually Dragon Ball, because I have not read or watched Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball up until I bought these manga volumes. I'm actually still reading Dragon Ball Z, but I definitely kind of understand why it's so popular and the hype around it. I mean, it's so good, especially the Frieza saga. And I thought it was great. And I think the original Dragon Ball isn't I love the start of it. Some part of it, around here was kind of just boring, but I didn't think it really held the series back at all. Down here I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Still working on finishing up collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I need to read Yu-Gi-Oh! Which, I don't know if I liked it that much, but I just thought it would be kind of cool to have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Volumes. And I think these are kind of hard to come by, so I have basically all the hard ones to get. I just need to get, I think I only have missing 3 or 4 volumes or something, so I have quite a few Millennium Ward volumes missing. But yeah, I mean, this thing's kind of split weirdly. This is all, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Is 1 to 38, but they have it split up in different parts for some reason, don't know why. Then I have Black Cat, another along the lines of Shonen Jump series. I have no experience with this, so I need to read Black Cat to give it a go. And now down here I have Black Clover, very good series. Some of it is, I don't think it's really as good as My Hero Academia or trying to start that battle in the comments maybe. I think it's very, very good, but some parts of it are just, the fights just kind of are throwing magic bombs at each other. Then we have D. Grayman 1 to 27, very high quality Shonen Jump series. It started out in Weekly Shonen Jump actually, but then very quickly it didn't move magazines until now. It's publishing so slow, one chapter every 3 months, quite the difference from 1 chapter every week. So you see we have 2 volumes with the new Shonen Jump logo, and it'll probably be a long time to get a 3rd one. And down here I have At Age. Oh my god, I miss At Age so much. Man, it just kind of makes me sad having these on the shelf, but I love At Age so much, I just had to have those volumes. Then I have Demon Slayer volumes 1 to 23. Not the biggest Demon Slayer fan, I just kind of saw 120 for the box set and caved in on it, even though I have read the entire thing. I think it's good. Down here I have Shaman King, which is, I couldn't even finish this actually. I did not really like Shaman King too much, but this thing was a pain in the A to collect. These last few volumes were insanely expensive, but it looks cool, it looks good on the shelf, but this is probably one I'll soon get rid of, because I wasn't that much of a fan of it. Okay, up here I have my classic Shonen Jump series, Rurouni Kenshin and Hikaru no Go. Still working through Hikaru no Go, but I think it's kind of an underrated series because it, like, as soon as you kind of open up each volume, it just sucks you in with the Go competitions. It's about, this kid Hikaru who gets possessed by a ghost, and you kind of think that's a weird plot because, like, the ghost is like the Go master, and he kind of gives him the Go knowledge to win a bunch of competitions, but eventually he kind of becomes his own Go player and starting to finish it to see how good of a Go player he really does become. And then I have Haikyuu 21, volumes 1 to 37, but you noticed like there's quite a few gaps in here. Don't even have volume 1. This is one, I've read most of it online, but then I got the physicals because it really is maybe one of my favorite, or my top 2 sports manga, and it's by the same artist as One Punch Man, so of course it's got great art. As you can see, it's very, very good, and it's about football. Definitely recommend Haikyuu 21. Then I have Jujutsu Kaisen, not, again, some gaps here. Got the rest of it ordered today, actually, so this is one where I read a little bit as it came out, but then I think like volume 1 I actually got in like Malaysia and stuff, and this just has some damage on it because I squeezed it into my small little backpack as I flew back to the States. And then I watched the anime, wanted to read the rest of the manga, and it did not end up doing it, but then eventually the physicals got far enough ahead of where the anime stopped off that I figured I should just read it in the physical edition after the anime came out, and looking forward to that. Then I have my little tiny Haikyuu collection with the Japanese volume, got in Japan like very, very long ago. I've always been hoping for a Haikyuu box set, and then I just got these at Target or something, so this is all I have of Haikyuu, but my favorite sports manga over Haikyuu 21, just barely. Down here I have, this is my last standard edition manga, which is just the quintessential quintuplets. Kind of just got this because it was cheap. If you remember, there was like this was very confusing when it came out. So like they were like $20 or something. So then I got this. Still kind of have it in wrap because I'm not even sure if I really like the series that much. I'll be honest. So it's kind of just a bookstop here for my larger size volumes, which we are starting off with The Blade of the Immortal. Reading this now, actually, there's a little gap here for that volume 27, because I'm reading it today, and very good series. And I have these single editions over the deluxe editions. Really wasn't too bad to get the whole set, and I was not a fan of those giant deluxe editions. And this has great covers, so I love having each the individual covers for this manga. Only thing is I wish it did not read backwards. As you notice, this cover is on the one side, so reading backwards is a little bit annoying, but it doesn't really hold back from the story at all, which is great. Then I have Witch and the Beast, volumes 1 to 8. Haven't really read too much of this, I'll be honest. Then I have Blue Lock. Definitely a fan of Blue Lock. Maybe, it's a really good sports manga. Might honestly be my third favorite. And about soccer, and like the competition aspect of this manga is insane. Like players in this manga are more competitive than any sports manga, and I love that because I'm a pretty competitive individual myself, especially when it comes to sports. Then I have Made in Abyss, volumes 1 to 10. Very high quality series, and I love the world and the mystery to it. Definitely recommend Made in the Abyss. Anime's coming out right now. I should probably actually watch some episodes of that tonight. So down here I have Grand Blue Dreaming. Probably one of the funniest series that your money can buy. I do not like the way the spines look, which is blue, but the covers are very good. So there's that. Then we have Record of Ragnarok 1 to 3. Just got 3 like a few days ago. Should read this one. Very good battle scenes in this manga and great art. Then I have Delicious in Dungeon Volume 1. I still need to read this to see if I want to get the rest of the series. Then same with actually Mages of the Library. Some of these larger volumes, as they're more expensive, I'll just pick up a few of them and decide if I want the rest. And here I have To Your Eternity 1 to 17. Very, very interesting series. It's about an immortal guy who just kind of starts out as a walk and continues his life from there. So I mean, did not describe that well, but you've probably watched the anime. Very good anime. Manga is even better, should I say. Then I have Peach Boy Riverside, a series that a lot of people seem to hate, actually. Like, every time I read something about this online, people are shitting on it. But I think it's great. I don't know what people are on about. So then I have Pluto 1 to 8. Naoki Urasawa manga, my only one. I did have 20th Century Boys, so then I got this because I was liking 20th Century Boys, and still need to read it. Now down here we have a manga that sometimes I like to call it the best of all time. I think today I will actually do that. I will call it the best of all time. It is pretty popular, but I think it is just so good, and I mean, it's an epic journey that Thorfinn goes on that really changes his own character, and it's a very moral kind of story, where he just kind of becomes like the best man possible. I think and I love the way these volumes are always just thick hardcovers. It feels like I'm reading a piece of literature or something, even though, like I said, I like the entertainment value of manga. But I think Vinland Saga is very entertaining, but then also it gets very deep, and that's usually my favorite type of manga, where it's not just like the deep, like, oh, manga's art kind of thing. It's also just entertaining, because that's why manga is manga. And then I have Planetes, which is right now they're doing that spew about things being entertaining. This is kind of just more like a deep philosophical manga, but I think it's also very good, and it's amazing that I think that the author of Vinland Saga, Makoto Yukimura, was very, very young when he made this, which is very surprising, because like I don't know how like someone like who's younger than me could write this. And then I have Rad and the Crimson, volumes 1 to 5. Definitely, I think the series could explode at some point. I just wonder what that point is, because it's crazy. I mean, you just need to read it to find out why. Then I have Hell's Paradise, volumes 1 to 13. Still need to finish this one. Got the whole complete set here. And down here I have Vagabond 1 to 12 and the Visbid editions, which I'm not the biggest fan of omnibuses, but this is just what I'm stuck with for this series. Have not read Vagabond, actually. Hope it's as good as people say it is. So yeah. And then I have Fullmetal Alchemist, maybe another one where some days I might say this is the best manga of all time, but I do think it is for sure the best anime, Brotherhood. And I love these editions here. We have these 1.5 volume hardcovers that are very nice. And then I have Uzumaki, Junji Ito series, which I am not a big fan of, unfortunately. So yeah, there's that. And lastly, I have Pandora Hearts box set, which is kind of just set over here underneath my TV. Hello, there you are. And also Invincible, I'll just give a shout out, my only comic. So yeah, that just about does it. I'll do one last pan over for the rest of these two shelves and then the whole collection. Very, very proud of what I've collected, and I mean, who knows how much more I'll collect. It is getting pretty obnoxious at this point how big this collection is. One part that does help is, hey, that's very, very wide, but only 5 inches deep, so there's that to it. But yeah, that'll do it. We'll see if I upload anything else coming up, but I have my wall of manga, and it's great. Love staring at it.